Hey guys, so let's learn how to polish marble countertop, okay? Um, so I'm going to try and explain how to safely and effectively polish marble countertop using a drill and a buffer pad, okay? Sounds like, whoa, you're using a drill? It's okay. Um, Anyways, what you're going to need is variable speed drill. You can find those right now at operations. Battery should be charged up. If not, I have some here at my place. It's easy enough to stop by and pick them up, okay? Um, the drill backing pad, okay, so it looks like it's Velcro. It has a little connection that goes right into the drill. Um, and marble polishing pads, right? And so they look like big fluffy wool sheet things, okay? And it goes right onto the end of that vacuum thing. I'm sorry, not vacuum thing, Velcro, connection that I was talking about in the last thing. You're going to need some marble polishing compound. Now we use, special ones. We always use the best state of the art, right? And they keep coming up with new technology. So they have some right now that are made on nanotechnology. We're keeping an eye on what's best. But right now we're using best of the best. But so these might change. This process might change. But anyways, right now what we want to do is use the best of the best, and we do, and it's all at operations. I'm thinking about just leaving it in everybody's tote, right? It's going to be easiest that way. Then you're also going to need a water spray bottle, okay, and some soft microfiber cloths, some painter's tape, and some plastic sheeting. Okay, you're going to understand that one in a minute. Why is this so much different? Marble is soft and it's porous, so it's like it's easy to scratch, etch, right? It's really fragile, okay? So when you're polishing it, you want to keep the drill between 1,000, 2,000 RPM. So, right, that's relatively slow, slow. You're not going to want to, no. It's just like more like a, if you've ever seen one of those buffer machines that they use on cars, it's basically the same thing. You want to test it in the small area first, right? So take a look and say, hey, am I doing damage? And it should be around the back edge of a corner near the wall, right? So nobody will see it if it does end up doing damage. Clean the surface. You always want to use a pH neutral cleaner to remove dirt and grit before you start, okay? And make sure the surface is dry before you start. Set up your drill, right? Attach and hook up the loop back padding. That's what it's called. So that Velcro looking thing is called a hook and loop, right? So it sticks to the polishing attachment, right? And so go ahead and set it up, do all those things, put it together. It'll look like you have a drill with a big sheep full, thing on it. Begin polishing with water. You don't need to jump right into the chemistry, right? Just lightly mist the surface with the water, and all of the, the reason why I leave them in ops is because there's a process. You got to have several things to polish marble. One of them is drill, one of them is padding, one of them is chemistry, right? And so one of them is a bottle with just water in it, plain water, okay? And it's clear that it's water. It says all over it. You're going to lightly mist the surface with that, and then begin polishing by slowly overlapping circles, okay? Let the weight of the drill do the work. Don't press down. That's when you start etching and scratching, and I end up buying, a new marble countertop, right? So let the weight of the drill do the work. Don't press down, okay? Work through the grits, right? Start with the softest, and kind of keep going up as the surface smooths. Rinse and wipe the surface between each grit, right? So, I said that kind of quick, but basically, work from. So it seems opposite when you're talking about grit, right? I'm just gonna say, go from the more of a scrubby to a fluffy buffing pad, okay? It might be one of those things I just have to go down to ops and get it and show you in real life, okay? This should help, but I think that description should make it obvious when you go and look at those attachments. You're going to want to apply some marble polish. That's going to be with that same kit, polishing compound. It's sprayed on, okay? except you apply it to shine, all right? And that's what the buffer is about. Then you do a final clean, right? You wipe down the surface with a damp microfiber cloth, dry it completely, and inspect your work. Look for any sort of swirls or any sort of smudges, things like that. It should look just incredible, shiny, polished, right? Maintenance tip, right? So the stuff that we use has a sealer in it. But something good for them to do if they don't get it polished every 6 to 12 months, they should maintain the sealer themselves to keep the shine from the polishing. Okay. So if you feel like sharing that advice, let knowledge flow. All right. Well, that's how you polish marble countertops. All right. Thank you. Keep up the great work.